Hey there everyone! Today, we're diving into a truly fascinating and thought-provoking topic that has me absolutely intrigued. Prepare to have your mind blown as we explore the world of life-size replicas and the unique way they're being used to cope with grief and loss in India. Imagine walking into an old factory warehouse in Kolkata, where a team of skilled artisans, led by Subimal Das, is crafting extraordinary lifelike figures. From religious icons to cultural figures and even Bollywood stars, their creations are truly remarkable. But what's even more intriguing is their latest venture. Custom-made replicas of the deceased, commissioned by families seeking a unique way to remember their loved ones. Widows and widowers often find solace in these replicas, which are meticulously crafted to resemble their departed spouses. By providing a photograph, they can bring their loved ones back to life, so to speak, and keep them close in a very tangible way. It's a powerful concept that challenges our traditional understanding of grief and memorialization. One of the most fascinating aspects is the attention to detail. These figures are dressed in their favorite outfits, positioned in familiar settings, and even adorned with special jewelry and accessories. It's as if they're bringing a piece of their loved one's life back into their homes. Das aims for hyperrealism, using real human hair, and capturing the essence of the person in a way that's almost uncanny. But why do people seek these replicas? Das believes it's about managing the pain of loss and finding comfort in the presence of their loved ones. It's a unique way of coping with grief, and it raises interesting questions about our relationship with death and remembrance. Through a Western lens, these creations might seem unusual or even unsettling. But within the context of Hindu beliefs, where death is seen as a period before life occurs again, these replicas take on a different meaning. They become a form of smaran or remembrance, a touching tribute to the departed. Take the story of Tapas Sandilya, who lost his wife Indrani to COVID-19. 10 years earlier, they had seen a silicone statue of a Hare Krishna leader, and Indrani expressed a wish to have a similar replica made of herself if she passed away first. Sandilya honored her wish, and the model of his wife now gives him a sense of calm and continued connection. Das's workshop is a bustling, noisy space, filled with the sounds of creation. From prehistoric cavemen to famous Indians and spirit animals, their creations are diverse and captivating. It's a unique blend of art, memory, and emotion, all coming together to create something truly special. So, what do you think? Is this a fascinating glimpse into a different culture's approach to grief and remembrance? Or does it raise ethical questions about the boundaries of memorialization? Personally, I find it incredibly intriguing, and it makes me reflect on the many ways we can honor and remember those we've lost. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts and perspectives on this unique practice.